Um, we are in San Antonio again. It's been just over 3 months since my phase one surgery of DIEP flap. And so yesterday I had phase two. And so I'm gonna kind of explain what they did. Everyone's phase two looks a little bit different and let you know how I'm feeling. So the earliest that you could have phase two is 3 months, and that's because your body needs to heal, and it takes a solid 12 weeks. And also for insurance reasons, most insurances require 3 months between the surgeries. And so, right at around the 3 month mark, I got a call that they were ready to schedule. And so I was not expecting, I thought it would possibly take longer because of the surgeon's schedule and everything he had going, but he had an opening yesterday on May 5th. And so I took it, and it got squared away with my insurance. And so very pleased so far. So we flew this time instead of driving, and we flew out Thursday night. So like we had dinner with the girls, and then flew out at it was actually after 9 that our plane left. It was delayed slightly, and got in after midnight here in San Antonio. Got a car rental from Turo, which is an awesome car rental company if you need car rental. And then we this time we're not staying at Rose's house. It was already booked up. And so since this was an easier surgery, that wasn't a big deal. And we're staying at another place that PRMA recommended. They have they give a little discount for the stay, and it's called Water Walk at the Rim. And it's okay. I was able to get a lift chair for $5 a night. But there are just a couple things where it's like this. I think we just got spoiled our first time, but it's fine. So my surgery was yesterday, which was Friday at 11 a.m. I had to get to the hospital a little bit earlier, and the surgery took about, I think, 2.5 hours. And then, a couple more hours I stayed for recovery. And so it was about 6 o'clock that we got discharged. And so for this phase two, and like I said, everyone's is a slightly different. I had a lot of unevenness. Let's sit up here. I had a lot of unevenness. Like my right breast was much larger than my left breast because they had more tissue to work with, because they had a breast to work with, and my left breast, had been radiated and removed, and so it was quite smaller. And so the goal was to try and even them out, and the way that they do that is they actually do liposuction of fat, and then they place it in the breast. And so they did liposuction kind of from my outer thigh area, or above my thigh area, my hips, I guess, and into the left breast. And they also created a nipple, because I didn't have a nipple, so they created a nipple just using that existing skin. And then on my right breast, they removed fat quite a bit, and then they also kind of lifted it to kind of position it so that would be a little bit more even. And I told the surgeon that my goal, because some women have a phase three, but my goal was to not need a phase three, and that I would put not having a surgery over size. And so I said, if you need to go a lot smaller so that we don't have a phase three, I'm very much okay with that. I'm not worried about size at all. And so that did help him. And then the other thing they did is, I have that big abdominal incision that goes from hip to hip, and the sides, kind of the way they do it, it's extra skin. And so he just removed a tiny bit of extra skin on each side of my abdominal incision. And so I'm feeling okay. This is way easier than phase one. I have some soreness on my hip thigh areas and extreme bruising. It looks crazy, the bruising. And then I have a little soreness on my, basically my sides, like my abdomen scar too. My breasts don't feel very sore. There's my right breast, I mean, they had some bruising and some, a little bit of soreness, but not very much. My restrictions aren't too terrible this time, you know, still no lifting more than 10 pounds, but only for 2 weeks instead of like 8 weeks. And just taking it easy. I'm on lots of medication this time again, very similar regimen to the first time. And I talked about how PRMA was like known for like their pain regimen. So I'm on like a nerve blocker, an anti-inflammatory, and antibiotic, pain medicines, and a couple other things. And so again, I made Paul a little cheat sheet with stickers, and then I'll grab my medicines in here, and then like all of my medicines are in here, and he's doing a great job. So right now, actually, Paul ran up to the grocery store to get some dinner. We have like, you can see behind me, we have like a nice little kitchen and living room, and then let me see, the bedroom is through there with a bathroom. And so it's just a nice little apartment. It's like there are like furnished apartments you can rent and like stay long term. There are unfurnished apartments that people can rent and like live here basically, and then there are like short-term like stay. We're in a furnished apartment obviously, but this is like a shorter stay, like a hotel. I think that's kind of it. This is a shorter video, but it was really hard to leave the girls at home this time. You know, we had talked to them, and Charlotte had a really hard time the night that we left. I was really glad we got to spend all day with them and have dinner, and even some time after dinner, but she was in tears, you know, the whole time that we were packing up and saying goodbye. And so that was really hard. But we just talked to them today. We FaceTimed them a little bit, and they were happy and silly and getting ready to go out for ice cream. And so they're doing well, and they're very well taken care of. Unfortunately, they're sick. Right before we left, Paul got sick, and Charlotte and Abby got sick. Thank the Lord I did not get sick. But they have pretty bad colds and very snotty, and Paul didn't have fever, but like the girls had fevers too. So they are kind of just taking it easy, and there's with Dan and Lisa, they're not doing too much for the weekend. So we flew out Thursday night, and we are returning Monday. Our flight takes off in the afternoon, and we'll be home before bedtime. And so that's kind of nice. It's a way shorter, you know, just 4 days that we've been gone, and it was kind of nice that it's through the weekend. Paul only needed to take off Friday and Monday, and he brought his laptop, you know, and checked up on work things. So yeah, we're doing good. I'm doing good. Like I said, way easier recovery. I'm just very sore. I did not sleep last night, like at all. Like I think maybe like I went to bed at 10, and like at 1 I woke up, and I was like awake until 3, and I had to take some medicine at 3 a.m. and then I just could not fall asleep. So I like was on my phone in the middle of the night, and that is a side effect from one of the medications I'm taking. So I think I'm gonna stop it, because it's tramadol, I think that's how you say it, tramadol, and it's a opioid, and it does kind of mess with your sleep and gives you crazy dreams. It's like I'm awake, but I'm dreaming. I'm not like, it's the weirdest thing. When I'm trying to sleep, I'm awake, fully awake, and I'm dreaming, but I'm not controlling my dreams at all. So it's like I'm weirdly making up stories. It is so strange, and my brain will not shut off. So I think I took a pill this morning, and I'm not gonna take any more. I'm just gonna stick with the Tylenol for pain, because my pain is very manageable, and I do not I want to sleep. I tried to take a nap this afternoon, and it was the same thing. I just couldn't shut my brain off. Okay, so that is the update. I just had phase 2. I have not looked at things like at all, because I have on a binder on my stomach and a surgical bra, and but Monday I'm supposed to like take a shower and take off all the gauze and bandages and everything, and take a good look, and then I can like switch into some different types of compression things. And I'm only gonna have to wear those for about 2 weeks. So that's nice. And then I can't sleep on my stomach again for 4 weeks, or my side. And so I'm sleeping in the chair, the big chair at home. All right, so that is the update. Oh, the only other thing that was a little different this time is I did not get the like, so when I had my first surgery, the anesthesiologist gave me like a patch on behind my ear for nausea. It like helps you not be nauseous after you get the anesthesia. One of the side effects could be blurry vision. I had blurry vision for like 3 days. I couldn't see anything up close, could not read anything. I could watch TV and that was like it, but I couldn't read anything. I couldn't look at like a picture on my phone. I couldn't read text messages, and I did not like it. And so I'd mentioned that to her, and she said we didn't have to do it because I like never have nausea problems. But of course, when I woke up from anesthesia this time, after a couple hours, I did puke and get sick at the hospital. Thankfully, Paul was there with like a bag to catch it. Poor guy. But I kind of think it was because I didn't eat for like 24 hours at that point, because I had dinner. I had a couple snacks in the plane, and I wasn't supposed to eat or drink anything after midnight. And so like I hadn't ate like anything at all, no breakfast, lunch. And then it was now 6 p.m. when I got discharged. So I didn't even really eat till like 7 once we got home. And so that's like over a day. And so I think that's why I got sick. It's just not having anything in my stomach and then having a lot of medications. Yeah, but that's it. As you could see, I'm doing well. I even went to Target with Paul and we got coffee today. It didn't really feel like going out and like to the store just now though. All right, thank you everyone for your thoughts and your prayers, and I hope this is a good update of kind of what's going on. Bye.